This is for all the people out there who don't play an instrument and are not musicians and think perhaps that they never will be. So what I'm going to teach today is what I call the string theory hack. And with this hack, you'll be able to play more than half of the songs ever written. Now, some of you listening might only have 2 fingers on this hand and 2 fingers on that hand. Accident, chopped your fingers off, war veteran, you're homeless, you've only got 3 fingers here and 2.5 over here, and you love music, but you think it's impossible. It's very possible. So for all you guys out there that have got guitars in your attic collecting dust, pull them out and go down to your guitar shop, give them $1 and tell them to tune your guitar to open G tuning. This is open G, I'm going to show you. This is not. This is standard. So to play a G chord, oh God. So to play a G chord, remember I said, this is for people who don't know anything about music, and you don't need to know anything about music at all, whatsoever, to play the guitar and be a musician and sing. So, we're going to get rid of all these chords, you know, like major 7, diminished, major chords, minor chords, right? Forget all that. For now, we're just going to forget all that. So, what you do with Open G is, and by the way, you don't have to go to the store. You can just go to YouTube, punch in Open G tuning, and tune your guitar to the notes you hear. Every string, one at a time. And if you need help, call your musician friend to help you to tune the guitar and learn how to tune it in open G. So, to get rid of all these fingers, no fingers, what you do is you tune this down to a D, and you tune that down and you tune this down. So essentially what you do is you remove this by doing this. Now, okay, I'm near a heater, I'm trying to keep warm. So it's going out of tune, but this now is G, and that's called the tonic. So it's G major, beautiful. Now, and then of course at the middle here, so you have 12 musical notes: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, back to Aries, the Lamb of God that gets crucified on the cross. That's why the Masons have their G in their square and compass. And that's why in music you have the G clef. the treble clef, because everything's in G. G is the color red. C is green. Blue is D. D is blue. So we're gonna be doing red, green, blue, right? And I'll show you why. So here we see this is exactly 26 inches. 26 letters of the alphabet. 26 inches, and it's exactly 66 centimeters. That's pretty handy. 6. So therefore the middle, if you want to come closer in, is 33. 13 inches, half of 26. So the half of the string is 33 centimeters. The third of the string is 44 centimeters. The quarter of the string is 49.5. Okay? So we're going to focus in on these guys here. These two, where the two dots are here. I always say to people, follow the dots and you'll have the pentatonic scale. So in music theory, the open chord is called the tonic. This one here is called the subdominant, and this one here is called the dominant. And that's 1, 4th position, 5th position. And these are called 1, 4, 5 songs. Right. Which are tonic, subdominant, and dominant. 1, 4, 5 songs. So if you search in your search engine and just put in 1, 4, 5 songs, you're going to get more than half of the songs that have ever been written. So, tonic and tonic. This is an octave higher. Now what happens here at the half of the strings is what's called harmonics. You just touch the string lightly, you don't press down on it, you do this. Now, it only happens here at the half string. Here it's dead. 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 Alive at the third of the string. Dead. Alive at the quarter of the string. So you see, this is a quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So, 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. So let's give you an example. 12-bar blues. Going to Kansas City, here I come. Going to Kansas City, here I come. They got lots of pretty women there, and I'm gonna get me one. We're standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine, with my Kansas City woman and a box of Kansas City wine. rock and roll. It's been a long time since I did a stroll. Let me get it back, let me get it back, let me get it back. Oh, I should have stayed on this. Where I come from. Been a long time, been a long time, been a lonely, 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 lonely time. Been a long time since I did the stroll. It's been a long time since I did the stroll. Let me get it back. You got the idea. Again, I'm just using the full string, the quarter of the string, and the third of the string. And with that, you've got more than half of all the songs that have ever been written. You've only got one finger here. Now, to make it easy, sometimes it's hard to, say you haven't got a thumb, it's going to be hard to put pressure on there. Well, let's fix that. So you got the idea. So well, that's hack number one. Stay tuned for more hacks because we're going to learn about these bad boys here. Here's a bad boy and here's a bad boy. And before I go, remember one thing. I said follow the dots. But don't follow the dot that is here on most guitars. It's incorrect. Move your dot over to here. Why? Because that's the true pentatonic scale. Now, that's the only thing you've got to remember. The dot will be here, but it's incorrect. Why? Why should it be here and not here? Well, because this minor interval will then be repeated here, just like at the start. Because remember, this here is the same as that. Okay? And you see a minor interval here. Well, then what happens is you will have on each side of this G, you will have two minor intervals, and that doesn't happen in the pentatonic scale. So keep that in mind, and in part 2 we'll elaborate more on that, but that's the only thing you've got to remember when I say follow the dots. So anyone out there that's got a $100 guitar, and you know there's a homeless guy who maybe is sad and he's got a dog that he's got to feed, and he could probably just use one of these. Cost $5. This is a $100 guitar. This is an old cheapo, and I use it because it's got a very plasticky dead sound. It's not crispy at all, and it's cheap, but it gets the job done, and I like it. Has a very high action, and but just imagine if you said to a guy, a homeless guy and said, you can have this, and I'll just tell you one secret. See those dots? Follow them. I see that you've only got 2 fingers on your left hand. No worries, put that on one. I'm going to tune the guitar for you in open G, and just follow the dots. And how much joy you can bring to that person, and the dog will sit up and he will love it, even if the guy just does this on one string. Do whatever you want. That low one's for the ugly women, but I kind of, if they're not that pretty, you can just do it. Really nice. That's naughty. Alright guys, so follow the dots. 1, 4, 5. You only have 1 finger here and 1 finger here, and you can be a musician. Thank you. See you on the next one.